So I've got Joe Norris from GetYourTipsOut, who provides daily horse racing tips, and we're going through all the races at the Cheltenham Festival for 2024. And the video is around the Gold Cup on the Friday. So, Joe, what's your tips and predictions for the Gold Cup this year?
So obviously I have Galloping Deschamps, the one to beat in this. He won the race by 7 lengths last year. He was so impressive that day, which was obviously made it hugely surprising to see him beat at Punchestown, where he was sent off long odds on favourite. Got beat by Fast or Slow that day. Fast or Slow actually confirmed that form, beating him again at Punchestown on reappearance. But I just think that was a case of Galloping Deschamps needing the run. He came on for it, and then he was really impressive at Leopardstown, beating Jerry Colomb. He's got to go for the Dublin Racing Festival, which fingers crossed he wins there, and then he'll be coming to try and defend his crown. He's around 11 to 10 now. I know that seems quite short for a Gold Cup because we know how hard it is to win a Gold Cup. But this horse just seems to have everything. I can't see anyone being how they can be so strongly against him defending his crown on what we've seen. The betting has Fast or Slow as the danger, which I'd agree with. I do think the value in the race could be Jerry Cologne to run a big race. Obviously, he got absolutely thrashed by Galloping the last day, but he's 10 to 1. I think Cheltenham will suit him better. That stiff hill. If we get a drop of rain nearer the time, I think it go off shorter than 10 to 1. So from an each way point of view, I think Jerry Cologne is probably the one.
Yeah, I completely agree. I quite like Jerry Colomb, if I'm being honest with you. But I think, if I'm being honest, my probably banker of the meeting is Galloping. I think Jerry Colomb will come second, if I'm being honest. So, I think Fast and Slow might get third, fourth. But I'm going to do a forecast on Galloping to beat Jerry. I can't see Jerry turning the form. I think it's like 24 lengths or something like that. He needs to try and turn around with Galloping, and I just can't see. I can't see him able to do that. 23 lengths is it? I just can't see him doing that. But I do think he's a class horse. I think he will come second, and Galloping will win it. I think, if I'm being honest with you, I think 11 to 10 is not a bad. I think he should be odds on for how impressive he was this time out. I think quite a bit will change. I think he'll win at Dublin Festival, and then he probably will shorten up to be a shade of odds on.
We sound like we're sort of on the same lines for this. Just to point to Jerry Cologne as well, he's only actually run over like 3 miles and beyond 4 times, and like when he got him getting beat at last year's festival in the Brown Advisory, what a horrible watch that was. He went down a short head to the real whacker. I only think it was inexperience that saw him get beat that day. And then since then, he won at Aintree. He was obviously really impressive at Aintree. Then he won at Down Royal on return. He looked like he stayed all day then. And then he's obviously bumped into Galloping last time. So I think you can argue that he could improve a fair bit still over this trip. And that's what you've got to weigh up when you're sort of looking at the odds. Is anyone else going to improve? I think Jerry Cologne is, and it's 10 to 1. Now, we're not saying it can beat the favourite, but you could look at the market of betting without the favourite, or like what you said, and just do a straight forecast.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to be fair, I've had a nice bet on, even though I think Galloping is one of the bankers of the meeting, I've actually had a good bet on Jerry Cologne each way at the 10 to 1 mark. Non-runner, no bet. I can't see him being out of the frame. I think he's going to seek improvement. I think he'll be favourite in next year's race as he kind of matures a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I had him last year against the real whacker, and oh my God, it was horrendous. Like, it was by far the best horse in the race, and it was painful to watch the race. I daren't watch it again. But yeah, I think you'll seek a lot of improvement, like you said. I think he's a great each way shout at 10 to 1. But I just feel like the best version of Galloping Deschamps versus the best version at present of Jerry Colomb. And I think Galloping beats him, if I'm being honest. So, but I think next year, an older, wiser Jericho Long probably will be favourite for 2025 Cheltenham Festival, but this year I think maybe still a little bit novice in comparison to Galloping. That I'm kind of thinking that Galloping will outjump him, especially when they're going down the hill and the 2-3 out. I think that's where he'll kick on, and I don't think he'll be able to keep up with it myself.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think I agree with most of what you're saying. I just think, like, Jericho Long last year, it just looked like immaturity to get how he got beat. He just looked like he was having a good look around, and it wasn't until he focused late on that he really ran on. And I'm like you, like, I think turning in, he might be third or fourth, but I don't think anything's going to be staying on as well as him up that hill. I think he'll really be coming home strong. And Galloping could be away and gone by then. But I mean, at an each way price, 10-1, I think that will definitely be shorter on the day. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Anyone who is looking to place any anti-post bets, there's a link in the description for all the bookies that are offering non-running all bets. So I strongly recommend doing that, making certain you get your stake back if it doesn't run in the race for whatever reason. And if anyone's looking for any other tips for the Cheltenham Festival 2024, I'm interviewing Joe for every single race that there is for the festival. So be sure to check out all the different tips and predictions of who Joe thinks have got the best chances to be a winner at this year's festival.